Titus County 911, what's your emergency?
I have a home invasion. My niece is tied up.
She's tied up.
She is tied up and dead.
It's February 20th, 2015 in Titus County, Texas. Ginger Kesterson is on the phone with police explaining that someone broke into the home of her niece.
I am untying her. I can't get to the door.
What is the victim's name?
Samantha Wolford.
According to Wolford, she managed to break free from her restraints and call her mom, who then contacted Kesterson to come to the house. During the attack, her 5 children were all asleep. However, as for her husband, the father of 3 of those kids, Ernest Ernie Ibarra Jr., he's nowhere in sight. Why would someone attack this couple? And where exactly is Ernie? Let's take a step back. After meeting in a tattoo shop in 2008, Samantha and Ernie began dating. Samantha, already a mother of 2, ends up having 3 more children with Ernie, and the pair wed in 2014. Wolford spent her days posting numerous videos on her own YouTube channel.
Hey YouTubers! Today a lot of shit pisses me off, so you guys get to listen to it.
I'm kind of as far as dating goes because I date losers.
What do you think of me making YouTube videos? Well, I guess I don't mind. Takes up a lot of time.
This desire for Samantha to become a YouTube star or some kind of influencer really started to impact the relationship between her and Ernie. And Ernie felt a little bit forgotten.
Not gonna light a cigarette?
Oh yeah, I forgot about him.
Because you got that f***ing iPad in your hands.
Oh, where?
Samantha Wolford explains that unknown masked intruders broke into her home, attacked her and her husband, Ernie Ibarra, and then kidnapped him while her kids were asleep upstairs. She explains that one day she had complained of her marital problems to her friend's boyfriend, who cryptically said he was going to deal with the situation, a statement that at the time, Wolford said she didn't take seriously. This man was identified as Jonathan Sanford.
Now, Jonathan Sanford had recently been released from prison for molesting his cousin.
Police quickly arrest Sanford as well as his brother-in-law, Jose Antonio Ponce.
Jonathan Sanford and Jose Ponce were arrested the following morning, and they were arrested because of information that Samantha finally disclosed to law enforcement.
Police also apprehend Octavius Lamar Rhymes, who Sanford enlisted for the attack on Ernie.
Octavius Rhymes was from the nearby town of Pittsburgh. He had been in the military. He was using drugs. He wasn't doing anything productive, and that's kind of what put him in this situation.
Sanford recounts that after kidnapping Ibarra, they took him to the woods and killed him.
Jonathan Sanford said that he wasn't expecting Ponce to do that. He lifted up Ernie, saw that he was dead, and said something to the effect of, "Game over," and then they left.
Ernie Ibarra is found dead, and the killers are apprehended. In 2015, Texas investigators make a chilling discovery in the woods: the dead body of Ernie Ibarra, a young man who was kidnapped after a reported home invasion. Police arrest 3 suspects: Jonathan Sanford, Octavius Rhymes, and Jose Ponce. Sanford would eventually confess and direct police to the corpse. Ibarra's wife, Samantha Wolford, an aspiring YouTube star and mother of 5, says despite her marital issues with Ibarra, she was not involved. She does admit, though, that she had complained about Ibarra to Sanford, who by all accounts got angry with how Ibarra treated her and their kids. Authorities note that the scene of the home invasion is suspicious, with no items taken, the kids being asleep the entire time, and the fact that immediately after undoing her binds, Samantha called her mom first, not 911. Let's go back to the body cam footage from the night of the home invasion.
They took his phone.
So he's got his phone?
No, they have his phone.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, alright, this is what we need to do. I need to do an emergency phone ping, and I've got the cell phone number.
Chris Durant calls dispatch, and when he's doing that, she does ask if she can call or text her mother.
Can I call my mom back?
Yeah.
Verizon gave us text messages from Octavius Rhymes' phone. That showed some back and forth between Samantha's phone and Octavius's phone. We had messages from her to the co-defendants to try to help them evade law enforcement. So the first one was at 2:30 a.m., comparing the time stamp on Durant's body-worn camera and her asking if she can call her mom or message her mom. At that moment, she sent Octavius Rhyme a text that said, to the general effect, "Kill Day's phone, shut that down." Day is a nickname that Ernie Ibarra went by.
Are they getting anything off his phone?
They're trying to right now, so.
So far, nothing.
They haven't heard back yet.
Then there was a second message. She hears through the radio something about an address in Pittsburgh.
Their cell phone ping 0.86 miles from a residence in Pittsburgh.
You know anybody in Pittsburgh?
Contact.
As he turns around, she's picking up her phone. At that moment, she sent another text to Octavius Rhymes that said, "Ditch phone, move." And the phone records then showed a 30-second call between her and Octavius Rhymes just immediately after that.
Sanford and Ponce pleaded guilty to abducting and murdering Ernie Ibarra, and each were sentenced to 50 years in prison. Rhymes went to trial in 2 different counties, but was convicted in both cases, ultimately receiving a combined prison sentence of 98 years. As for Wolford, she also had 2 trials.
We tried the kidnapping first. What she was trying to do is distance herself from the text messages. The position she took, the testimony that she gave, was that she had been prescribed Ambien for sleep problems, and that she had taken an Ambien and she really didn't remember anything that happened and didn't remember sending any text messages. The jury just didn't believe it, and they convicted her of the aggravated kidnapping and sentenced her to 50 years. A few months later, we tried her on the murder case in Camp County, and that jury gave her 99 years. When the jury sees the still shots from the body cams with her on her phone at the very same time that the phone records show her sending text messages to the people who killed her husband, that's some solid evidence that a jury appreciates.
While Wolford appealed her cases, her attempts were unsuccessful, and it seems she'll spend the rest of her life behind bars.